Introduce myself. I'm Katrina Daitner. I'm the Associate Dean in the College of Education and Human Services, and I want to welcome you here today. Your major, exercise science, just to kind of give you, we use lots of terms. So exercise science, your major, is located in the Department of Kinesiology, which is located in the College of Education and Human Services. Why that becomes important is you'll see that people from those different areas are sending you things. And so that's why you see lots of different levels sending you information. But today you're taking another step on your path to graduation as you transition from your first year advisor to your major advisor. And before we get started, I just want to mention a couple of things. First of all, you should have been added to a Western Online course, which is called Your Path to Graduation. And in that course, you'll find lots of resources like degree plan information, internship information, just some general resources that will be helpful for you. So if you haven't had a chance, I would encourage you to go to that site. And then the second thing that I wanted to talk to you about is our plan for today's session. So what we're going to do today is we're going to introduce you to some people who will help you to be successful, help you on your path to academic success. We're going to share some helpful hints and information about your major. And we're going to provide you some opportunity to ask questions if you have any. So to get us started, first I would like to welcome Michelle Yeager, your first year advisor, to say a few words.
Well, I just want to congratulate both of you because as I was talking a little bit earlier, I think it's important to celebrate the milestones and things that you have accomplished along the way. And making that transition from high school to the university setting, that's a big step. And you've taken it and you've excelled at it. And we're so proud of you. And even as your first year advising is coming to a close, we know that the department advisors that you are going to meet today and that will be working with you and to see you through to graduation are extremely capable and caring individuals. I've worked with all of them, and I have absolute excitement to know that that's who you're going to be working with as you move forward. So good luck to you. My door is always open if you want to chat. I love hearing how you're doing. So good luck.
Great. Thanks so much, Michelle. Now it's my pleasure to introduce you to the three advisors who work with our exercise science students. We have Monica Eskeridge, Stacy Dorsett, and Phoebe Wilson. And they're all going to introduce themselves and give you some hints about being a successful student. So Stacy, I don't know if you want to start.
My name is Stacy Dorsett, and I'm a Western alumna. I work with students whose last name starts with A through G. So if you fall in that range, you'll be working with me. Just a quick minute about myself. I began my career advising at local community college, worked there for 4 years, came to Western, and it was like coming home. I've worked here since 1996. Yeah, I know, I'm old. My advising philosophy breaks down to this. It is your education, and you need to make decisions about your future. My job is to help guide you towards classes that you need, start working with you on your resume, getting involved in clubs and organizations, volunteer activities, making those connections that will help you get the job upon graduation. Because after all, that's the reason you're here, to get the job you want and the future you see for yourself. I will be sending out a welcome email to all of my students tomorrow, and in it will be my contact information as well as a link to my calendar. Please feel free to grab an appointment so we can meet one-on-one and get you ready to start your summer and fall registration. And I really look forward for us to work together on your future.
Okay, Monica, do you want to go next?
Good morning, I'm Monica Eskeridge, and I got my bachelor's and master's degree both at Western. So I've, like Stacy, been here quite a while. I've worked for 24 years here. My first 17 were in the admissions office. So I got a pretty good grasp of the entire college and different majors and things, and exercise science is one of the best. So you're in a good place. So, but I've also been advising for 7 years and worked in the same area for advising all that time. And we just look forward to helping you be successful. And I reiterate all the things that Stacy said, so I'm not going to tell you those again, but I will also be sending out an email tomorrow with all my contact information. And we are here, whatever we can help you with. So welcome.
And Monica, can you remind which letters you advise?
I am H through P.
So if your last name is H through P, Monica will be your advisor.
Yes.
All right, thanks, Monica. And Phoebe.
Hi, good morning. Phoebe Wilson. I have been at the university for 18 years. I have both my bachelor's and my master's from Western. So go next, right? So my alphabet that I advise is Q through Z. So Colin, you would be mine. You did get an email from me yesterday. So if you haven't seen that, be looking for that in your email inbox. And my biggest advice in terms of, moving forward is if you have questions, please make sure that you ask, whether it's your academic advisor, your professor, because we're all here to help you and guide you through the process. Because if we don't know that you have questions or that you're stumbling with something, we need to know that so that we can help guide you to, the right answer or the person that can help you with your specific question.
Great, thank you. So you can see you have 3 very good advisors here who are very excited to work with you and to help you to be success and move you towards that path to graduation. So thanks very much for our advisors giving you introductions. Now I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Renee Polavinsky, who is the chair of the kinesiology department. And she will share some information as well as introduce you to the other faculty who are on today's call. And give you some important hints as well.
Thank you. So as Dr. Daner said, my name is Renee Polavinsky. I'm the chair of the Department of Kinesiology. And this is my 20th year here. And if you haven't heard anything amongst this group, and there's so many in this group, is listen to the longevity and the commitment and seeing all the faces on here with, the 3 students that have joined us just tells you that we're so student-centered, and anytime a call comes out and says, does anyone want to meet with the students? We have to bat people away like, that's too many, we don't want to overwhelm you. But I think you get the gist that we're all here to help you. Any chance we get, we want to speak to you. And again, your success is our success. So we believe in you and we want to really help you along the way. Dr. Randy Hilligard is also on the call today, and he is the assistant to the chair and one of our professors who's also been here quite a bit of time. And then Dr. Tim Piper is also with us, and he is the director of the exercise science program. So I don't know if Randy wanted to say anything. If not, this is your opportunity, but then we're going to turn it over to Dr. Piper to share some specifics about the program.
Yes, feel free to turn it over to Dr. Piper.
Okay, so thank you, Colin, Aaliyah, and Kiara for coming in today. I'll tell you about my history a little bit too. I've been here the longest, I think, of everyone in the room. I started here, I think, in 1990. I was an undergrad and then graduated from that, got offered a grad assistantship, stayed for that, and then got offered a job. And so I've been here for a long time too. And like Dr. Polavinsky said, that just shows how much we care about this program and about this school and so on. So I think that you're coming into a program that has a lot of history and passion for Western in general. So we want to see you succeed and do really well. That doesn't mean it's not going to be hard sometimes. Of course it will be, but want to make sure that we're here for you the entire step of the way, all the way through your whole process. A few key highlights I want to talk about is that we have the ability here at Western in our program to prep you for all kinds of jobs within exercise science. Many of our competitors focus on one area only, but we train you to be prepared to go out and intern in many areas, from cardiac rehabilitation to strength and conditioning to prepping in PT, OT, or AT, so physical therapy, athletic training, or occupational therapy. And we have other people go into fitness and wellness settings. So we can prepare you for different things within our program. And that makes us unique in that we do enough of everything so you are prepared. The one big thing about our program that's unique also is you pick your internship. It happens after every other class is done, so you're prepared as you possibly can be. All your courses are done except for your 400-hour internship at the very, very end, but that can be anywhere you want it to be. We've had students go into all different areas of fitness or wellness, and we've had them all over the world. So we've been in South America, Central America, Europe, and then almost every state probably in the US, so including Hawaii and Alaska. So I want you to know that you can intern in any area you want to within our field, but it doesn't have to be limited to a region or a specific type of internship. So with that being said, I want to open it up to, and Destiny's here too, so I want to open up to the students and see what questions you've got about the program maybe that will help us a little more. Any questions?
As they're rushing to take their mute off, I also wanted to share what's unique too about the degree in exercise science is we're kind of in our own building. You know, it's on campus. Brophy Hall is the exercise science building. All your major courses are in here, and we're really set up to have all sorts of fun. We have a gym, we have a fitness room, we have a weight room, we have a pool, we have a dance studio. You know, it's a multi-purpose room, and then we have many classrooms and then multiple labs. And the other thing that I always like to share to the students that may be new to the program is even within the department, we try to help our students be successful by providing resources. Like the resource room is an area that you can have access to as long as the building's open. The building's open from 7:30 in the morning till 10 at night. You can have someone let you in that room, and it's a nice study room, has computers. And then also we have Dr. Piper, I'm not sure you mentioned the Exercise Science Student Association. He's the advisor for that. We really encourage you to get involved in that student association, because that's where the leaders really come forward, and they do a lot of service activities, some professional development, potentially bring in speakers. But that's a great group to get involved with. And then finally, there's also tutoring available, and not just tutoring for your major courses in exercise science. If you're struggling in chemistry or biology or physics, let somebody know. And we've got a group called the Phi Epsilon Sigma, which is an honor society. I hope all of you get involved in that. That's a 3.0 and a 3.2 in the major. And you're invited to join the Honor Society of Phi Epsilon Sigma. And that's the group we go to in-house to help our own students. You know, we find someone that's had the same professor that you've had in math or physics, and find out if they'll spend some time to help tutor you in that. Even though there's tutoring across campus, we also try and help you here in our building. So I just wanted to share that. I think that's always a great thing to, you know, investigate when you're hanging out in Brophy Hall, that, you know, we have a lot of nice seating in the hallway, but there's also other spaces you could go in and do homework and get yourself busy that way.
Another thing too that's unique about Brophy is we have our own computer lab. So we have one little room, and we're unique because we are so far north in the campus that you can do most of your work here in this building. So you don't have to leave much. A lot of questions from parents that I get are about the classes you'll take and what you have to take, what you're required to take. And there are some core courses. And if you look at our curriculum on the webpage, it shows you all the yellow highlighted courses are the kin courses you have to take. But you are taking a comprehensive major, which means a minor isn't required, which gives you lots of freedom to take other courses if you want to. But many of our students still take a minor, and they do that because it helps round out their resumes a little bit better and gives them skills in areas like nutrition or business, things like this. So a lot of parents wonder about the minor and major. The ones we choose usually pick or work really well together. And the one thing I'll say about our advisors is they're fantastic at helping you through the struggles, because there are things that happen in the scheduling where it doesn't quite work like you want it to, or you decide you want to change your focus in exercise science maybe, and they've been great at helping students get through those changes. And so they're always there for you, and so are we. So our doors are open all the time, and I think theirs are too for the most part. If nothing else, reach out to us and ask us questions if you have any, please.
So any questions from our students? If you don't want to unmute, you can stick it in the chat and we can answer them that way as well.
I have a question about internships.
Yeah, go ahead.
what type of connections do you guys have out of the States? Because I was thinking about possibly doing an international internship in my final semester.
Yeah. So we've had recently about, I think about 5 students who have gone international for their internships. We have had one of our professors, Dr. Narvaez, has connections with a place in Mexico, and his children actually are, I think, doing a mini internship in Spain right now. So he has connections and has knowledge of that. So he's in our department. So he's not an official advisor for those things, but he has intimate knowledge of what happens in that process. There's also scholarships sometimes for overseas work, but connection wise, we do have some contacts. Really depends where you want to go. Nationally, we have lots of information about the Midwest, and we even have a Google map we released to students once their internship search time during the last semester that shows all the locations we've been to in the last roughly 5 years. So you can start with that map if you want to, but we also tell students to search on their own and try and find places that really fit you well and are in the places you want to be. And the nice thing about exercise science is it's everywhere now. So if you have a certain space you want to go to, you'll find a place in that city or that region possibly that will fit you really well. The other thing is, if you want to go overseas, it helps to be to speak the language wherever you're going to. We've had some of those survive without speaking the language because they speak English well enough. But so we have connections. It just depends on what you want to go to. So where are you thinking of going to, Aaliyah? Do you know yet?
I was thinking of either going home to Canada or going to maybe England.
Okay. I know that myself and a few others here have connections to Canada and to England as well, to the UK. And so there are people that we all know of that we could probably get a hold of for you to help out with that possibly too. So there's definitely people in our department, our building, that could help with that connection or those connections.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
We also have faculty from Ireland and Korea and Germany and Mexico, as Tim already mentioned. So we have a pretty international faculty, and I'm sure they would be a very good resource for looking for opportunities in those countries.
And Canada as well.
And Canada, right?
You can include India if you think of our teaching assistants and our graduate students that are all around our department.
Great question.
Yeah,
Kira?
the Ireland option might be quite good because our exercise physiology professor, he is from Ireland. So, that's pretty close to England. So that might be a really good resource to look for internships.
I'll keep that in mind.
Any other questions?
Hi, my name is Destiny. I just had the same question that Aaliyah did. I just wanted to travel internationally just as a student, but I don't have like much background in like different languages or anything. I just really wanted to explore like being out to another culture and also enjoying something that I love to do with a different type of culture. But I just didn't know what that process entailed or anything. And I will be graduating early soon next year. So I just really wanted to get into what that process will be like.
So you'll take a class called KIN 463. It's called personal training. In that class, do numerous things, but one of the things is our internship discussion. But if you want to sometime, anybody's welcome to come by and ask me about it ahead of time. I will say that we've had students who don't speak the native language where they're going to, who've gotten by well, because most countries speak English rather fluently. The one student I can think of went to Mexico and she's bilingual, but she speaks Polish and English. So it didn't help her a bit to speak Polish down there, but she got by just fine. And they actually, where she went to is very, very welcoming. And we have a connection with that school still. And that'd be one option when to go to someplace like Mexico. But in general, even if you don't speak the second language or a second language, you can still get by pretty much most places our students have wanted to go to without an issue. It just takes a little bit of it's a hurdle sometimes. With that in mind, one of our students spoke fluent Spanish. She was fluent in Spanish. She went to Spain, and there they spoke a dialect called Catalan, which is similar, but not the same. So she struggled with that, even though she spoke Spanish well. So even no matter where you go, you have some cultural issues, but we can help you through that process and hopefully get you placed in a location that you like.
Katrina, isn't there an office on campus for students who want to spend a semester abroad?
Right, Kim McDaniel over in the study abroad office could work with the students for summer study abroad, for just spring break study abroad, for entire semester study abroad. So when you come in and talk to your advisor, we can get you connected with the study abroad office. Thank you, Dr. Hildegard. That's a good suggestion.
Yes, and Destiny, you and I have talked about that a little bit, because with you wanting to graduate early, we've made some plans and things, so we can definitely get you connected with Kim.
Thank you.
Mhm.
And just kind of keep in mind, you can study abroad. It doesn't have to be for your internship.
Right.
The internship obviously is an opportunity, but the study abroad experiences like Stacy was talking about could be at any point from sophomore year on. So just kind of keep that in mind too. It doesn't have to be specifically for your internship.
Great information. Any other questions or pieces of advice from anyone that you thought of after listening to others? All right, well, before we conclude, there's one more person that I'd like to introduce, and that's Jill Bisbee, our Recruitment, Retention, and Student Success Officer. She's just one more resource in the college. As again, as you can see, there's lots of faces on this call or Zoom to help you. And so she's going to drop in the chat box, which she may have already done, a resource web page. Again, it's just general information that you can find helpful. It also tells you some information about some upcoming events that we have that you might want to get learn more about or participate in. And so we encourage you to take a look at that website as well. And if there aren't any more questions, we want to thank you for coming today and look forward to you continuing to move successfully toward your path to graduation. Thanks for coming.
Thanks all. See you in the hall soon.